It's only me. Good morning. I'm so glad you're all here, and I welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living here in Ukiah, California. Whether you're in the room or on our Zoom call, just know that you are welcomed, that we are so excited, me personally, so excited that you have chosen to be with us today. I'm looking forward to a really great service. And whatever brought you here, I want you to know that whether it's in the message or the music or the prayers, that exactly what you came to discover, to find out about yourself is going to be revealed in this service right now today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're going to begin today's service with an opening treatment by Jack Hall. So Jack, take it away.
Thanks, Candace. And what a beautiful Sunday to be together. I've missed you all and invite you all now to take a deep breath and feel into yourself. Let go of all outside anythings, outside thoughts, outside of you. So one deep breath. In this moment, there is only one presence. It is the eternal, the only expression that is life, that is the perfection, the power, the beauty, the grace, the all of it all, the one expression, the one mind, the one voice, ever calling us into itself, into its perfect expression as us, as me, as this. So in that powerful centering of consciousness, the purity and the simplicity and the beauty of it all, being that it is me right now. I know that this moment, this time together, is the perfect time to be listening to that deep voice within. To be listening to the perfect expression as the collective that we are here as Ukiah CSL. And I know that it is perfect, that exactly that which we are listening for is expressed, received, and again, expressed in and through and as our experience, our own personal expression, my own personal expression in this moment, today, and going forward in this week. And I am so grateful for the simplicity, the beauty, the power, the beauty of this time together and that awareness. And I release this knowing it is perfect, expressed right now as me, as us, and this time together. And so it is.
And so it is. So it is. Thank you, Jack. That was beautiful. So now we're going to have an opening song by Mary Buckley. So Mary, take it away.
Thanks. Candace, could you make me co-host so I can share sound, computer sound?
You guys can make
that
her a
possible?
co-host.
So,
Harvey's trying to hook you up there.
let's see.
Sorry, I meant to arrive early and I just had all these glitches.
Or co-host.
So I've been mostly sharing new music, and I thought, well, people like familiar things too. So both of my songs today are songs I have previously shared, and both of them are songs, for me anyway, about getting through difficult times. And since you've heard them before, maybe you'd like to learn them, and I have lyrics I'm going to paste into the chat. So please sing along if you like. If I can share the Thank you.
Everybody mute, which is why other people are coming. She's already
Where's our?
Okay, this is called River, and this was a recording from, I wanted to get the harmonies in there. It's a
Hey,
recording.
Mary, can you hang for just a second? We're having
Oh.
a little bit of a challenge here.
Um,
So just give us a second, okay? Just 1 second, okay?
It says I'm sharing sound, so I'm all good as far as that goes.
See if you can share now, Mary.
Yes, it says I am. So thank you. Thanks, Harvey. Okay. Those are the words. Please sing along if you like. Hum along. It's a round. So if you want, you can just sing one line over and over, or sing the whole thing in any form of round you want. This is a recording from a chorus event. I was teaching it at the Saturday Afternoon Club a couple of years ago.
You guys, you just put that over.
It's called River.
River, take me down to the sea. River, keep me going round the rocks in the stream. Flowing and bending, rough waters ending. Oh, take me down to the sea. River, take me down to the sea. River, take me down to the sea. River, take me down across in the stream. Flowing and bearing the cross water standing. Flowing and bearing, take me down to the sea. River, take me down to the sea. River, take me down, bring the cross in the stream. Flowing and bending, the cross water standing. Flowing and bending, down to the sea. Oh, take me down to the sea. Oh, take me down to the sea.
Yay, thank you, Mary. It was beautiful. Okay, well, I just want to again welcome all of you here. We're still trying to figure out our new little system here and all of our technology. We're getting there though. But today I'm really excited. We've had our guest speaker who's been here one other time just a couple of months ago, and we all loved her so much. And so we invited her back. So it's my privilege to introduce to you Kim Bebo. And Kim is a senior ministerial student right now. And it says it, but this is from old notes. So Kim, you'll have to update us, that she will be graduating this summer. But she's been doing all of her courses through Holmes Institute and ministerial classes, whatever that's called, from the San Diego campus, which means she's been doing most of this online. But she also has a background in different, other different faith traditions, mostly Eastern. She also has a background in alternative health. She is currently living in Grants Pass, Oregon, so that's where she is today. And she's been up there for about 21 years, but she told me for a while she lived here in Ukiah. So how about that? And she is a member of the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, has been for 12 years. And for the last 6 of those, she has been one of their licensed practitioners. So I'm thrilled that she's back. And so everybody, let's welcome Kim Bebo. Hello, Kim.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, I did graduate in June. I'm still finishing up 2 classes, and I'm considered a ministerial candidate at this moment. So I still have exams and oral panels and so on and so forth to do. I actually lived in Willits for about 6 years in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. And I loved it very much. ended up moving back to the Bay Area, but it still holds a soft spot in my heart. Anyway, I wanted to speak today about many things and maybe nothing. We'll see where this leads us. Knowing you are here in the presence, bring joy into your life. It is one of our purposes in life to see the little things that are all around us every day and know the joy and gratitude that each brings. Rejoice in the joy of living. Be aware of the love and joy that fill your heart to overflowing. Share that love, that joy, and have the awareness of God in and with each person you meet. Have you asked yourself recently, what is the most important event that can happen to me in my spiritual life? Since you are an individual, you can accept or reject your own spirit. No one can take it away from you. It is already yours. Yet, you can procrastinate or divert or delay any divine event. If you knew beyond question that this were true, your greatest search would be after your own spirit. You know this. You've spent time. You're here. You spent probably many, many Sundays spending time with each other. Most recently, probably a little bit with each other, and a lot on Zoom. But you know that your search is within, with your own spirit. And there is a simplicity to this search that we sometimes forget. As you accept the spirit within you, it's not outside, though it is in many places. It is all around you, but most importantly, within. The spirit of you, the essence of God in you, is right where you are. And standing between spirit, your physical body, your external affairs, there is a sum total of your thinking, your believing, and the feelings that you may have. Those feelings, those interesting beliefs, and sometimes the thinking that everything's not as you think it should be, thinking, those can stop you, or they can move you forward into the greater yet to be. What if you know beyond question that the search we do for ourselves is the search within ourselves? And then that oneness with spirit and you is all there is, and will only be found in you as you allow and believe. I'd like to share a story with Mark Nepo, from the Book of Awakening. The presence of God. I looked 100 times and all I saw was dust. The sun broke through and flecks of gold filled the air. Consider how the sun continually lights our daily world, yet we cannot see light except in what it touches. Though the sun burns constantly and holds every living thing within its pole, it sends its power across millions of miles. It is unseen for all that way until it hits a small blade of grass or makes the spider web a golden patch of lace. In the same way, the presence of God powerfully moves between us unseen. only visible in the brief moments.
Thank you for
In those enlivened moments, we know as love. For just as we can look at that spider web and never see its beauty until it reveals itself in sunlight, we can look upon the nearest face again and again, never seeing the beauty in each other until one or both of us is suddenly revealed. Spirits show themselves in just this way, or rather, our gentleness of heart allows us to see and be seen. When you see the little things that are around us every day and know the joy that gratitude brings each of us, we expand and grow in that gratitude. We express the unexpressible, the inexpressible. We experience our lives in ways that we might never have thought possible. And we may or may not see and feel the warmth and color of our compassion, for our eyes may only see the colors that are reflected on the rays of light that are bounced off an object or a person. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, said, "Everything necessary to the full and complete expression of the most boundless experience of joy is mine now. Know this, see it, feel it, and be it." Do this every day for a few minutes. Everything is necessary to the full and complete expression of the most boundless experience of joy, and it is mine now. We will know these statements are no longer necessary when our demonstrations have been made. When joy is the motivator of our lives, our demonstrations, the outpicturing of what we are creating, will be aligned and be in alignment. You can see what are the foundations of our life. You can know that that foundation is what allows us to be in the presence. Look at what you see, look again at what you see every day. Are there things we just didn't see because we didn't see them through new eyes, through a new heart, through a new mind? We know that they are not actually new, but we've taken away, shifted some of the beliefs, some of the old ideas. And in shifting those ideas and those beliefs, it allows us to see with new eyes, with a new heart. I ask you to look at the beauty around you and know as you walk out this door, or out the door that you're in, since we're all have different doors today, that the beauty and joy and love are an integral part of you, and always have been and always will be. I ask you today to know that we are all one, that in knowing that every time we lift our eyes and see who stands before us, we are all one. And each and every time I speak or you speak, we are one with the spirit within. The deepest truth I know at this moment is that I am one with spirit, and that you too are one. What would happen if the next person who walked through the door who you saw on the street, you passed on the street, a stranger, and you gave them a smile instead of possibly looking the other way or looking down at your feet. What would happen? Would you hold back and whisper, "Oh, look, there is the most loving being I have ever seen"? Or would you look down and say, "Oh, I don't want to look at that person"? What would happen if you looked at that loving being? Would their eyes reflect what you were feeling? I tend to believe that they would reflect that. And I ask you to really look at the beauty around you, to look inside you, and know that this day, the beauty and joy and love is an integral part of who you are and always have and always will be. Just a gentle affirmation to move you through your day. Allow yourself to lean deeper into the ever-present availability of the divine experience and know the sense of joy that comes from the endless revelation of knowing God. And if you'll join me in prayer, we'll cement what we've learned today, what we've learned about ourselves with prayer. And God is all there is. God is the essence, the love, the being, the beingness of who we are. And in that beingness, in that essence of who we are one. One with God, one with everything that is the essence of us. That sparkling golden dust that shines in the light of the one. And as we are one with God, we are one with each other, with myself, with you, with each person here, with all who are in our immediate realm, and those globally who may or may not have heard this voice that we hear on a regular basis. And in that knowing that I am one, I know that you too are one with God. We're always one. And I claim in this knowing a shift that expands each individual here and those who are not. Each blessing that comes our way, that comes into our lives, is a reflection of who and where and what we are. And in that knowing, I am so, so grateful. Grateful for this time, for this space, and this connection. And knowing that this is all so, I release my word into the law, knowing that it is so and demonstrates in this moment and in this time. And if you'll join me in saying, and so it is. And thank you. And Dr. Candace, you need to unmute.
Oh,
You were
that's not me. That's her. But anyway, I'm on now, right? Thank you, Kim. That was lovely. Really spot on for me today. So thank you so much for being here. And now's the time for our offering. So Mary, if you can bring up the affirmation. And we'll say our affirmation together. There we go. So say with me now, divine love through me blesses and multiplies this gift. With all my heart and with all my mind, I know I am saying yes to something I value. With all others present here, we dedicate these gifts to the values and visions we share. So personally, I just want to thank all of you for contributing to our center. It is only because of your generosity that we keep going. And for the people that are here today with our baskets by the exits, and the rest of you out there in Zoom land, you know how to get your stuff to us. So thank you. So I want to give you some announcements for the upcoming couple of weeks. And the first thing I want to tell you is, we are doing Zoom and in the center every Sunday now. And there's a lot of, not rumor, but a lot of things are about to change yet again here in Mendocino County and other places throughout the state. So next week, please bring a mask if you come to church. There's lots of, I've seen in several businesses starting Tuesday, any indoor gatherings will require a mask. So going to the store, coming to church, anything. Other than that, I would be speculating, but there's probably a good chance it'll be like restaurants that you need to wear a mask. Once you're seated and in your place, you can remove your mask, but right now, no hugging, things like that. And I realize that all of us that are here, well, anyway, all of us that are here today are fully vaccinated, but we know that there are things that we just want to make sure everybody is as safe as possible. So please be prepared to wear a mask next week, which is the 15th of August. There is a board meeting today immediately after the service. So all the board members are present either here or there, so yay. And so we'll be moving on to that in just a few minutes. We also, well, in 2 weeks, on August 22nd, Reverend Scioto Bell and Reverend Tara Steele will be facilitating a 2 to 2.5 hour workshop here in the center in person. So we're really encouraging everyone to come. That is Sunday. It is going to be during the service. So the recording is going to look a little different. It'll be longer, but hey, that's okay. And there's a lot of really neat things that they're going to be covering, but basically it's, you can access that workshop online. And they already know it's going to be that. So I'm sure that they'll be able to involve anybody calling in or Zooming in. But it would really be helpful if as many of you as possible are here at the center. So please do try to do that. Mark your calendar, 2 weeks, 22nd. The purpose of the workshop is for all of you to look at your aspirations, your desires about where the center is going to be in a couple of weeks after I'm gone. So you need to make those decisions. And it might not be a real hard plan, but at least it'll get you moving in a direction that everybody wants to go. And as Reverend Tara so eloquently put, she said, spiritual leaders, meaning ministers, are an important element of the center's operation. However, they cannot hold the community on their own, at least not for a significant time. Hence, our desire is to have a conversation with this community about not only what the congregation wants, but what part each of us will play in creating what it will be. So there's going to be, like I said, there's several steps in it. That's why it's 2 hours, not just one. And it's going to begin with a blessing, kind of a blessing releasing ritual is how it was explained to me, about what the center has been up until now, and that we can let that love it, know that it got us to where we are today, but let that go. And what is it that is next for us as a community? And then there's a ton of stuff that you'll be covering. And hopefully by the end, you'll have a good idea of where we're going. Okay, so anyway, mark your calendar, be sure to show up on the 22nd. Next, since we are looking still at going forward, we are going to need very soon a service support, what we also here call the service ministry. So Gail Rhodes she'll be taking that back up a little bit and scheduling people for Sundays and I don't know what your service is going to look like. You could change it a lot. You could change it not at all, but probably a presider, opening treatment, an usher or host, which Larry's already offered to make us coffee if we can ever make coffee again. But people to welcome you, so ushers kind of thing. So please think about that. And when Gail connects with you, I haven't really talked to her about what that might look like, but when she does, that you'll be ready to say yes. Okay. Also, we are still supporting building bridges with stuff. So like if you have things, blankets, paper towels, paper plates, anything that you would like to pass on to Building Bridges, which is the homeless center or the homeless shelter here in town, you can contact Teresa Staber, and she's willing to have you drop it at her house and she'll get it down there, or you can just take it yourself. It's kind of nice if we know. But like I announced last week, we have switched our financial support because for the last year or so, they've gotten all of that. And the board decided in July to move that over. And right now it's the animal shelter here in town. So that's where that's going right now. Okay, so next week, the 15th, the treatment is going to be by Victoria. The soloist is going to be Tim Morrow, who I understand might actually show up here. We'll see, because things have changed again. And our speaker is Tara Steele. So last week, if you were here last week, Reverend Scioto spoke. Next week, Reverend Tara is speaking. And that way, you guys will know them both before the workshop on the 22nd. So that's what's going on here at the center. And we'll have now our closing song by Mary Buckley. So Mary, take it away.
Thank you, Candace. This song I wrote a year ago. It was exactly a year ago when we got the diagnosis of my husband's cancer, and he's doing really well. Thank you, everyone, for your good wishes and prayers and support. He's doing really well. At the time, of course, it was painful and scary, and I found a gratitude practice to be very helpful to me. Who knew? Terry mentioned it in the newsletter, and Candace has certainly mentioned it in her words of wisdom in the past. And this is one that I shared a year ago, Stupendous Fruit. So I wrote it while harvesting pears from a tree I had planted a few years ago, the first real harvest, and it's called Stupendous Fruit, but of course it's about everything we're grateful for, and I also sing in this recording, thank you for this day, thank you for these friends. If you have something you want to express gratitude for, put it in the chat and we can incorporate it into the song. Also, it's 5 parts, so just pick one. It's pretty simple. Or just riff if you want to. It's fun to play with. So those are the words, and it says fruit, but that word changes.
Thank you for this fruit, this wonderful fruit, this generous fruit, stupendous fruit. Thank you for this fruit. Thank you for this fruit.
Well, I know we have lots more to be grateful for. We know what it is. Thank you. Thank you all.
Hey, thank you, Mary. That was really beautiful. So appreciate it. Oh, so thank you all so much for coming and being a part of our service today. If you want to hang out for a little bit, in a couple of seconds, that would be great. And then we'll do our board meeting. But just know, I am so grateful that you're all here and a part of my life. You are a blessing to us all. So namaste.